We love our sport, and increasingly the sport we love to watch is female. The NRLW State of Origin was the most viewed sporting series ever. The most recent Women's Soccer World Cup was the most viewed FIFA Women's World Cup ever. And the most recent Women's Cricket World Cup broke records as well. It was the most viewed women's cricket tournament in world history. And we are rightly proud of our State of Origin women. 3-0 victory for the women, a great achievement that we only hope the men will be able to match. Decades of work and encouragement and sponsorship growth have gone into developing both women's professional sport and women's participation in sport. And we are starting to see the fruits, but we also need to be conscious of the headwinds. A winning women's team doesn't materialise from the ether. It needs a pipeline of players, and there are problems ahead for the pipeline. Until 12, many codes play mixed sport, and then, because of puberty and different ways that girls' and boys' bodies change, we split the teams along gender lines. Girls can develop and enjoy their sport and play with other girls with similar strength and ability, and hence physical safety. However, now we are increasingly seeing players who have experienced male puberty and hence have a muscle mass and bone development which differs to that of most women, seek to play in women's and girls' teams. We need to find a way for trans people to participate in sport, but the automatic assumption should not be that all people who identify as women can and should play in women's teams. It's not fair and it's not always safe. Trans rights are being recognised. But who is speaking for women and girls? Our Minister for Women struggled to say what a woman was, but went on to say that women and girls should be safe and feel safe in all settings, including sporting environments. Well, Minister, we know that they don't. We have all heard the stories of women and girls stopping soccer, pulling out of AFL and other codes because they don't feel safe playing against very different bodies to theirs. In fact, the situation has become so acute in an AFLW competition in northern Sydney that players are expected to sign a commitment that they won't pull out of the competition if they face a team with a number of trans players. This is an issue for women and girls who are self-editing, pulling out of sport because they no longer feel safe. They no longer enjoy playing when they do not feel that they are playing against their peers. And it's also an issue for our professional sport pipeline. Ironically, sportswomen at the elite level play in codes which limit the participation of those who have experienced male puberty. But what about those playing club sport who aspire to be professional sportswomen? What happens to our sportswomen between 12 and 20?
Thank you.